Hey everyone, Brendan here, and as promised, although a few days late, I'm gonna be making a review in this video about Hana, the Flowers of Evil. It's a fairly recent anime. It's only come out, well, it's still airing at the moment. The finale for this series comes out next week. I'm really looking forward to it because it's been such a good series. Yeah, so let's get right into it. The story itself is about this guy, a student. I think it's a middle schooler. At least the manga says he's in middle school, junior high school, whatever. Although, to be honest, in my opinion, I don't think this sort of storyline, that this plot would really happen to a junior high school, middle school student. I think it would be more a high school student that this would happen to, if it happened at all, given it's an anime and everything is exaggerated because it's in the anime realm, which is good because it's different to real life, which is nice. But, that being said, I do find it a bit weird that this is supposedly happening to middle school students. So basically Takao Kasuga, he has a crush on Saiki-san, and at the end of class one day, her gym clothes are sitting, like, she forgets her gym clothes at school, and they're just sitting there, on the ground, and so he's like, oh yay, I'll take them, and so he takes them, and yeah, he thought he was safe because he felt really guilty after that because he just did it on impulse, or accidentally, as he would like to say. So he's going to return it the next day and pretend nothing happened, but Saiki-san reported it to the teacher, who made a big fuss about it, and now everyone thinks whoever stole it is a pervert and is coming after, like, all of them or something. So he still thinks he's going to sort of return it or whatnot. But, of course, Nakamura-san, kind of, the girl sitting behind him, kind of in, I don't know, emo? Not emo, like a very, like, has no friends, very vulgar sort of person, insults everyone, swears at everyone, swears at the teacher, whatever. She saw him steal the uniform, and so she basically, for the rest of the anime, dictates his life and whatnot. So yeah, like I said, I don't think this would really happen to a middle schooler. Like, I don't think you'd really get a middle schooler, junior high school student. I'm not sure if that's what the anime says he is, because they look like high school students in the anime itself. But in the manga, at least, he was a middle school student who stole the uniform, and gets blackmailed by this girl in the same year as him, who is just all vulgar and stuff. I don't think you'd really get people that extreme, although you might, but not really in middle school. I think it'd be more high school if you got it at all. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Just putting it out there, I guess. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just saying it. So yeah. But I definitely like the anime. It's a very different anime. I mean, not every anime you have someone stealing someone's gym uniform and someone being blackmailed for the rest of the anime about it. And then a lot of plot twists around that. I'm on episode 12 at the moment, because as I said, I'm still waiting for episode 13 to come out next week. And that kind of is sad, because I really want to find out what happens, because I haven't read the rest of the manga yet. I'm not sure if the manga is complete yet. I don't know. I only started reading it a couple days ago. I should have probably read it first, but I didn't. So yeah. Yeah, I'm about a third through the manga at the moment. I haven't had too much time to read it. But anyway, this is about the anime review, so back to the anime. So yeah, the story is pretty good. I'm not going to put any spoilers out there, because what I've told you is basically in the description of the anime or in the first episode or whatnot. Just there's a lot of plot twists and a lot of things you aren't expecting, which is very interesting, and some of it's a bit weird, but it's... and like, you kind of think, what on earth is Takao doing? He's such an idiot, but other times you sympathize with him. Sympathize, yeah, with him and feel sorry for him, and yeah, you can sort of relate to him in some aspects, and then the rest of the time you're like, what is he doing? But yeah, the music, the opening song and the ending song, I translated some of it. I don't really want to say it because it's pretty vulgar, especially the second opening song. Basically, the first few lines, well, the first line anyway, is pretty vulgar. Lots of lovely language there. So yeah, I won't post the translation because I don't really want to say it. Yeah, but it's a pretty different opening and ending. The ending isn't really like the same sort of music. It's more just like a robot-y sort of mechanical voice. I don't really know how to explain it. You'll just have to listen to it and judge for yourself and see what I mean. But yeah. So the animation itself is a lot different to mainstream anime, because it's filmed as a live action. Like there are real actors being filmed acting it, and the whole scene sort of real, I guess. You can there are plenty of articles of behind the scenes about it, and I might post one in the description. I probably will, so you can check down below or wherever the description is for it, a link to the article. But basically they video the people, and then they add a whole lot of filters to make it look cartoony, or they, I mean, of course that's just making it sound really, really basic and bad, but no, it's actually really good, because the animation actually suits the style of anime, being a sort of horror and suspenseful thriller, or whatever it is, psychological, which is really nice, but it's just the way they do it. Like, they film real actors, real people acting, and yeah, and color it sort of all in, filter it, you know, do whatever they want, sort of thing, to make it look really nice and look sort of like anime. But compared to the manga, like, the manga is like, you know, the whole big eyes sort of like traditional sort of manga-y style, whereas the anime itself is more add the filters but keep everything realistic. Like, they actually look Japanese, which is pretty unique for an anime, in the sense that, like, you don't have the massively big eyes, but or the random, like, pink hair. Like, pretty much everyone except for Nakamura, who has red hair, has black hair like normal Japanese people, and yeah, and like the eyes are like normal eyes, not massively big or pink or green, whatever. They're just normal, which is good because it's unique. It feels strange to say that something normal is unique, but it is for an anime. It's very unique because you don't have many anime that are normal in that sense, in the art sense. Just a minor rant about the animation is, like, it's not really a big deal, but sort of like the voices and the animation of the mouths kind of annoys me, because it's sort of like, even though it's a live action, the mouths are sort of moving at a different direction, because they've slowed the frame rate down or whatever to be whatever anime's at. Is it 23 frames per second or 20 or something? I'm not sure, but it's just like the mouth seems so juddery, even though it looks kind of real, which just kind of doesn't seem to fit in that respect. But other than that, it's a very good animation style. So what else is there to talk about? We've talked about plot, the music, and the animation. I guess the characters themselves, like I said, are supposed to be middle school, which doesn't seem to make sense. Just for me anyway. You can disagree. Yeah, just the way they portray the characters, you can kind of like relate to them. To like, for me, I find myself I can easily relate to Takao anyway. In some respects, not in the I'm gonna steal stuff respect, but in, in respects like I don't know, just some aspects of his personality, like a very introverted sort of person, doesn't really socialize too much and that sort of stuff. So that way I can sort of sympathize. I'm sure that's the wrong word, but anyway, you can still feel sorry for him pretty easily. Well, like, yeah, of course there are going to be people who are very extroverted audience that are, they're either going to really enjoy it because they like the style of anime, or they're going to hate it because they can't relate to the characters at all, or other introverted people. I don't know, I'm just making a generalization. I'm introverted and I can relate to them. You might be introverted, but not, so that's up to you. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying I'm introverted, because I love being introverted. I don't like talking to people or hanging out that much. I prefer watching anime. But anyway, enough about that. So yeah, you might be able to relate to the characters, like, if you watch Planet or Hana, or I don't know, Death Note, or any other sort of suspense, not really suspense, like dramery, sort of goes in depth with the characters sort of thing, and you can and relate to them. I guess you'll be able to relate to these, maybe. You'll just have to watch it to find out. Though the only thing that might put you off is the animation style, because this animation style has received a lot of flack. A lot of people don't like it for some reason, just because it's different, I guess, and yeah, it looks a bit weird. But I like it, so overall I'm going to give this anime probably a, so far, because I haven't seen the finale, so if it ends pretty bad, the rank will go down. If it ends pretty good, it might go up, I don't know. But so far I'm going to give it a 7.5 or 8 out of 10. Just because, just of the few minor rants that let it down a little bit, and just some slow sections in the anime itself that are unnecessary in emphasizing stuff. But most of the time it's very good, and I really enjoyed it. So, yeah, I hope you found this review somewhat, well, this is the first review I've done, so I've probably gone a bit off topic, whatnot. I'm still sort of learning what to say, what to do, sort of whatever. But, yeah, I definitely recommend watching it, and I hope you found this review interesting. I might do a finale review, I don't know, maybe, just on the final episode. Maybe, and then tell you my final score, but if not, it's a 7.5 or an 8, probably an 8, because it's still pretty good. But yeah, you'll have to watch it and judge for yourself, I guess. So, yeah, I think the next review I'll probably do, because, yeah, I might do an older anime that's been around for a while, just because, like, maybe it's one you've seen, maybe it's one you haven't. You've probably seen it if you're watching this, because I don't think people who don't watch anime would watch this. I think people who watch anime and love anime a lot would watch this. So yeah, this would be an anime people's anime, not a non-anime people's anime, like Pokemon. Like, people who don't like anime still watch Pokemon, whereas people who like anime watch lots of anime, like me. So yeah, well, I've... Shut up, cat! Anyway, I've hoped you enjoyed this review. I found it useful, whatever. And yeah, so I'll probably make one for Hana or something. Maybe a new one, I don't know. One that I haven't seen yet. You can tell me if you want. Send me a message or leave it in the comments below or whatever. So yeah, I'll catch you later, I guess. See you next week or whenever I do another vlog or another video. So yeah, goodbye.